The Land Cruiser bumped to a stop, its tires crunching over the gravel road. The journey had been long and arduous, but the sight of the village brought a sense of relief and excitement. The vehicle had traversed miles of rugged terrain, crossing rivers and climbing hills to reach this remote destination, kicking up dust that swirled in the afternoon sun. Christopher hopped out, blinking against the bright light. The sun was high in the sky, casting long shadows and making the air shimmer with heat. He could feel the warmth of the sun on his skin, a stark contrast to the cool interior of the Land Cruiser. In front of him, nestled between rolling hills, was the village. It was a picturesque scene, with the village appearing almost like a hidden gem in the vast landscape. The rolling hills provided a natural barrier, giving the village a sense of seclusion and tranquility. Mud brick houses with straw roofs, like a whole different world. The architecture was simple yet functional, designed to withstand the harsh climate. Each house was a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the people who lived there. The straw roofs provided much-needed shade, keeping the interiors cool even in the hottest part of the day. The air buzzed with bugs and the sound of kids laughing. Children ran around, their laughter echoing through the village. They played games, their energy and joy infectious. It was a stark reminder of the simple pleasures in life, the kind that often get lost in the hustle and bustle of modern living. A warm wind carried the smell of wood smoke and something new, something earthy and old. The scent was a mix of burning wood, fresh earth, and the faint aroma of cooking food. It was a sensory experience that grounded Christopher, making him feel connected to the land and its people. Chris took a deep breath, his heart thumping with adventure. He felt a sense of anticipation, a thrill that came from stepping into the unknown. This village, with its unique charm and vibrant life, was a new chapter in his journey. He was ready to explore, to learn, and to immerse himself in the rich tapestry of its culture and traditions. Word about Christopher's efforts spread throughout the village and reached the king. Intrigued and impressed, the king sent an invitation for Christopher to visit the palace. Christopher arrived at the palace with his parents, greeted by royal guards and the village elders. The children excitedly followed, eager to see what would happen. The king commended Christopher for his contributions to the village and the positive impact he had made on the children. Christopher demonstrated his laptop skills to the king, teaching him basic computer functions. The king was fascinated and called him a young innovator. The king decided to bestow upon Christopher the honorary title of Cybersecurity Hero, recognizing his efforts to teach the children both computer skills and the importance of online safety. Christopher was presented with a ceremonial sash and a wooden plaque carved with his new title. The episode ended with a royal celebration, with the children cheering Christopher on as he promised to return and continue teaching. Acts of kindness and sharing knowledge can lead to extraordinary recognition and inspire others to embrace change. The village was alive. Women in bright, swishy dresses carried clay pots on their heads. Men chatted under shady acacia trees. Kids chased chickens everywhere, their laughter echoing through the dusty streets. Music drifted on the breeze, wrapping around Chris like a warm hug. Drums thumped a deep beat, along with stringed instruments he'd never seen before. It was music that told stories of the land, the people, and stories passed down through time. News travels fast. A stranger was here, they whispered, a boy from far away. He had a box of wonders, a box that glowed. The village elders, their faces lined with wisdom and curiosity, met to talk about the newcomer. Their king, a man who loved to learn, heard the whispers. He sent for the stranger, excited to hear his secrets. The palace, a bigger version of the other huts, stood in the middle of the village. A boy with playful eyes led Chris inside. The air smelled like incense. Animal skins hung on the walls and woven mats covered the floor. The king, in a bright robe, sat on a wooden throne. His wise eyes looked right at Chris. "I've heard stories of your world. Show me." With shaky hands, Chris opened his laptop. The screen lit up, shining on Chris's face. He'd never seen the king look so young, so amazed. It was like a part of him, a part tired from being king, woke up. He leaned closer, his eyes wide. The chiefs, looking both awed and a little scared, whispered to each other. They'd never seen anything like it. I wasn't nervous anymore as I started showing him pictures of busy cities with tall buildings bustling with life and energy. The streets were filled with people, cars, and lights that never seemed to dim. Then I showed him the vast, serene oceans teeming with life, the deep blue waters stretched as far as the eye could see, home to countless species of fish and marine creatures. Amazing. It's incredible to think about how different our worlds are, yet how connected we can be through these images and stories. Tell me about this. Internet. How does it work? How can it bring us closer together despite the distances that separate us? The internet connects people everywhere. It's a vast network that allows us to communicate, share information, and access knowledge from all over the world. We can share what we know, learn new things, and collaborate on projects that can make a real difference. It's a tool that can empower communities, foster education, and drive innovation. The king listened closely, thinking about all the things they could do. He imagined the possibilities for his people, the ways they could improve their lives and their community. He saw a future where his people, knowing more, could make a better life. He envisioned children with access to education, families with better health care, and a community that could thrive through shared knowledge and collaboration. This is unbelievable. The possibilities are endless. We could learn so much, connect with so many people, and make such a difference in our community. Yes, we were wrong to be unsure. The internet is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It can bring us closer together, help us learn and grow, and open up new possibilities for our community. We need to learn more. We need to understand how to use this tool to its fullest potential, to harness its power for the benefit of our community. With knowledge and understanding, we can make the internet a force for good, a way to improve our lives and the lives of those around us. Time flew by, the sun set, turning the sky orange and purple. Now I'll show you how to use the laptop and find information. The king, a fast learner, soaked it all up. He imagined a future where his people could build a better tomorrow. News of the stranger's magic spread through the village. People crowded outside the palace, curious and excited. Wow, look at everyone. When Chris came out, tired but happy, everyone cheered. The drums boomed, the music played, and the villagers danced. Chris, show us more magic! It was a party for learning, for the things that connect us all, and for a better future. It was time for Chris to go. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a golden hue over the savannah. Chris had spent years in this village, forming bonds that would last a lifetime. But now, the time had come to say goodbye. He had completed his mission, and it was time to return to his own world, carrying with him the memories and lessons learned from this beautiful place. As the land cruiser drove away, he looked back. The dirt road stretched out behind him, a path he had walked many times. Each bump and turn held a memory. He knew he was leaving a part of himself behind, but he also knew that he was taking a part of the savannah with him. Goodbye, Chris. The villagers stood together, waving, their faces a mix of sadness and gratitude. Chris felt a lump in his throat as he waved back, knowing that this was not just a farewell, but a promise to return one day. You gave us a great gift. The villagers' voices were filled with emotion. Chris had brought more than just aid. He had brought hope, knowledge, and a sense of possibility. The gratitude in their eyes was overwhelming, and Chris felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The king with his people waved goodbye. The king's presence was a symbol of unity and strength, and his farewell was a testament to the bond they had formed. Chris knew that the king would continue to lead his people with wisdom and compassion. I know I'm leaving more than just a village. Chris's voice was filled with emotion. He had come to the savannah as a stranger, but he was leaving as a friend, a mentor, and a part of the community. I'm leaving a spark, a desire to learn that will keep going. The children, with their bright eyes and eager minds, were the future of the village. Chris had spent countless hours teaching them, sharing his knowledge and encouraging their curiosity in the sound of the drums. The rhythmic beats of the traditional African drums filled the air, a reminder of the rich cultural heritage of the village, and the kids laughing, he heard the promise of a new beginning. The children's laughter was infectious, a sound that brought hope and joy. The savannah, shining in the morning sun, stretched out in front of him, full of possibilities. The vast expanse of the savannah was a sight to behold, a landscape that held both beauty and mystery.